how would you characterize the city's level of engagement with Blue Wolf to date?
I'll be honest, I haven't talked to him for months because I didn't see any sites to talk to him about. Now this new one that was just proposed to me is something that I'm interested in talking to him about. And I've been sort of formulating this concept of his possibly doing some housing development that wouldn't be contiguous to a stadium, and I'm wanting to talk to him about that. So I'm ready to call him and see what's going on.
It frustrates me with how you started. It always comes back to the Raider deal. One really looks at it and can see in hindsight why that deal went bad, how this one could not be, how the Raiders play 8 home games, and this is 81 games. And this is much more the fabric of the city. It's not just the A's leaving Oakland, it wouldn't be just them, it's a big part of Oakland leaving Oakland. I have a business here in Oakland, and nothing else like the A's gets people walking by, you know, guy in the suit walking by, and he asked the homeless man, do you know the score? Right outside here as I was coming in today. And that's how it is just on a regular game in May. And when it gets to August and September, the town gets the pride and nothing gets us together. And you mentioned education, and you can go to the elementary schools, and that's the one thing that keeps a lot of the kids, you know, a little bit of pride going on here with all the other problems we know.
I'd love to get to that point, but I also don't want to get people excited about something that we can't do either. I want to get them excited when I know we have a project that we can really do, and I will generate that energy when I have something that's really on the table.
You know, I think what's disappointing to me is when I look at city officials and they can't grasp the value of what a team like the A's has to the city. You look at it, I mean, you can be Jerry Brown and not know what baseball is, but you should still be able to look at what the value of this is, not in terms of runs scored that day, but what it brings to the city in terms of image, recognition, knowledge of the city of Oakland, and city officials just can't seem to grasp that. And I'm looking at you in the eye right now, and you like it's going over your head.
I don't think so. I don't think it's going over my head. I love a game just like you do, but if you're in my position, I think
you have to love the game. You should look at it overall.
But I think what you're missing
to the city.
I think that what you might be missing is that when you're in a position like mine and you have a huge array of things that we have to pay for that we don't have enough money to pay for, and everybody clamoring for it, everybody saying this is the most important thing you should pay for, then it's a little bit different for us to just get behind one thing.
Cannot grasp that this has any value to Oakland. And once it's gone, they'll go, oh well, it's gone. And once again, Oakland will be even less knowledgeable to people, even less recognized by people. And what it is, it's oh yeah, Oakland had a team, but they failed again. Which is kind of that's what Oakland is. It's a city of failure. And I would like to be able to see that an official said, hey, this has some value to us.
I agree that it has value. Well, there are a lot of things that have value, and I have to make the difficult decision about what we can afford to fix.
Yeah, I think we understand what your stance is, so thank you.
You know, I hate hearing about how we don't have money for this and for that. I like to hear that, you know what, it is something that we want to save, and you know, like losing the Oakland A's would be like losing a child for Oakland, you know? I mean, it's a part of Oakland, there would be a huge void. So instead of saying like, hey, you know, we don't have the money for it, but you know, I'm sure with the creative people that we have in Oakland, we have many creative people, I'm sure we can find a way to make it happen and to keep Oakland, keep the A's in Oakland. That's what I would like to hear as a voter. Somebody that's going to represent the people is that, hey, you know what, this is important to the people. This is something that's important to me also. And you know, it always boils down to money, but you know, I'm gonna find a way. I wanna find a way to make this work. I wanna find a way, and I believe that can happen. You know, I believe in taking the optimistic approach to, you know, saving something that's so valuable, you know, to our city.
I wonder if anybody in the city council, mayoral candidates, have been over to San Francisco and seen what Pat Bell Park, which I still call it, has done for that area of San Francisco.
Absolutely.
They have brought all kinds of money into San Francisco. Now, granted, the Giants paid for their own ballpark, but I think the current management, Mr. Wolf, is willing to pay for the ballpark because he knows that he can have that same kind of condominiums and so on and so forth that San Francisco has. But you've got to let him build it someplace where it will work.
Absolutely, and that's the hardest part in a built-out city, is finding the space that
It's
would
not
work.
that built out. If you look hard, you can find a place to build it.
Well, that